Hi, my name's Claire, and I just want to share with you something that has encouraged me over the past few days. So the other day I was going around our house with one of these. This is how we fill up the hand soap bottles in our house. I don't know if you use one, just a way of using less plastic, I guess. And I was just carefully pouring out a little bit in each one. As I was doing that, I was reminded of a story in 2 Kings chapter 4 in the Bible. Perhaps you'd like to flick it open. And in this story, it's a pretty desperate time for this widow. She's got nothing. It's desperate. There's debtors knocking on her door, and she's got a family to feed. And it really feels like it's very close to the end. But wonderfully, Elisha, God's prophet, comes and instructs her to go and find a load of jars. So she fills her house with jars. All she had originally was a tiny bit of oil. And when she has all these jars in her house, she takes that original jar of oil and pours. And wonderfully, every single jar is filled up completely. And as I was filling our hand soap bottles around the house, I was being quite careful, quite cautious, just filling up what we needed. And I sensed that God was really reminding me and saying to me, I will fill you up right to the top, even to overflowing. You see, that story of the widow is remarkable, isn't it? Such an incredible story of God's love, His generosity, His power to work a miracle. And I needed to be reminded of that. I don't know about you, but these past few days, weeks, have been hard. They've been exhausting, trying to juggle children, get my head around homeschooling, just doing all the household chores, just life admin. It's been really exhausting. And I felt very much like the empty hand soap bottles, or this little jar that this widow had, very much running on empty. And I believe that God is wonderfully generous. He wants to lavish us with His presence and His Holy Spirit. And it was a real encouragement, a real reminder to me to ask Him just to fill me up again with His Holy Spirit. That I wouldn't feel so drained, because I'd be relying on His strength, which is a powerful, never-ending, never-stopping, strong strength that can be relied upon to get us through the most challenging of days, of minutes, sometimes it feels like. So may that encourage you today. If you want to just pause and have a moment to reflect on how God does really fill us up. I've been drawn recently to Psalm 23, a very familiar psalm, I'm sure, to many of us. But let me just read verse 5 to you. It says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows." And I believe that is a wonderful verse there for us. My cup overflows. That God gives us more than enough to meet our needs. So spend some time just thinking about that today and asking God to fill you up to the top, even to overflowing. May God bless you.